you need to watch Jupiter transit for 2026 because you would like to learn about will I be able to achieve my professional qualification? Will I be able to get married this year? Will I be able to conceive a baby this year, 2026? Will I be recognized as a professional consultant from my professional qualification? Then you need to watch and learn through Jupiter transit report for 2026. That's why you need to thoroughly studying this particular, may I say, the whole video forecast for transit of Jupiter for 2026. My dear friends, life can feel noisy and confusing, especially when you are carrying big questions about work, money, family, health, or relationships. If you would like to more clarity through 2000, do this again. A early app promo full. My dear friends, life can feel noisy and confusing, especially when you are carrying big questions about work, money, family, health, or relationships. If you would like more clarity through 2026, inside my Prakash Astrologer app, you can watch all 14 one-time life events forecast for your signs and also use your weekly and monthly premium horoscopes to plan with more confidence and less stress. All of this is free for you until the end of 2026. Whether you're already in my app or watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can visit astrology.prakashastrologer.com to register or log in and start using this support whenever you need it. Second most important planet which is quite important for mankind, for anybody's yearly forecast, is Jupiter. Jupiter represents professional knowledge, professional ability, skill set, marriage, relationship, birth of a child, and recognition if you want to be recognized as a professional consultant. That is again Jupiter. So Jupiter transit is extremely important for the life development, for the personal development, professional development is extremely important. So Sagittarius, the Lord of Sagittarius is also Jupiter. Again, this is very, very important. So Jupiter transit for Sagittarius is again very important, but the Jupiter also owns the Sagittarius, Lord of Sagittarius. So in this particular year, Jupiter transit have 3 different sections. The whole year is Jupiter is running for the whole year, but the different timing, different houses. I'm going to define all the transit effect for Jupiter's transit effect for Sagittarius, all one by one. Let me define Jupiter transit for Sagittarius 2026, the first section. Transit of Jupiter for Sagittarius in 7th house is already started. It's starting from 5th of December 2025. It will carry on till 2nd of June 2026. Jupiter transit in 7th house. During this particular transit, Jupiter will move through your 7th house from, if Sagittarius is your moon sign, your rising sign. This is bringing good time in your life. When Jupiter transit in 7th house, you may expect to enjoy bodily, material comfort, and you enjoy luxury lifestyle, acquiring property, pass through leisure time, being entertained, even expecting to be honored by the highest authority. A very good time could also be expected in social life. Sagittarius, you may expecting meets or befriend men of distinction. You could also prove to be beneficial for you. Personally, you would also be noticed for your smart speech, intellectual eminence. This time may make you stay outdoor, performing auspicious deeds. Health will remain fine. Your profound character and bodily grandeur will be noticed at this time. You're likely to experience fulfillment of desire and comfortable life. Singles may consider tying the knot And couple may consider an addition of the family, like conceiving a baby. Sagittarius, if you're a married person, you're likely to enjoy heightened bliss, the personal bliss with your partner during this time period. Jupiter position, Jupiter transit in 7th house. During this time period, you intimate one-to-one encounter. Other people can show you aspect of yourself and the world around you. By and large, this particular transit favor the formation and maintenance of all kind of partnership, including marriage. Although this transit by itself does not especially indicate marriage, it does make a marriage work very well in this phase of time. During this particular transit, you may encounter people who can help you out in various ways. You approach all relationship with idea that you and other person should help each other. You're not inclined to go it all alone now, and you would be well advised not to. You're very much needed another person's assistance, not because you're a weak individual, but because other persons fulfills individuality. This is also a good time to call in a professional way for the kind of assistance, especially lawyer, but also a doctor or consultant. Because you're not a weak individual, but other persons fulfill the individuality. This is also a good time to call in a professional way for any kind of assistance, especially lawyer, but also a doctor or astrologer, as well as personal psychotherapist or counselor. If you must go to the court at this time, especially in a civil suit, the outcome should be favorable. Although it is also important to make sure that you have every angle covered. Don't take this transit for granted, for you might overlook some details that could trip you up. Also, don't try to get more than you do, nor overestimate what you are to get that could get you into trouble. As with every other Jupiter transit, this also requires a certain amount of moderation to get the most out of it. Jupiter referred to foreign place and the foreign person. This transit could indicate a partnership or close relationship with foreigner, or it could be indicating a relationship with someone whose background is sufficiently different from yours, and you must expand your views, thoughts, your understanding of the world simply to deal with that person. Any intimate relationship at this time will certainly have a conscious expanding effect upon you. In other words, the relationship won't permit you to continue in a narrow frame of reference. If you marry under this influence, your partner is likely to be a slightly older person who has established himself or herself in the world. Your respect for this person is one of the main factor that you attract toward this person. This is a sign of person more experienced than yourself. So whenever you face any of the situation, complications, circumstances and planetary position, and Jupiter transit in 7th house, number 1, going through personal conflict, lack of personal happiness, lack of comfort. Jupiter's 7th house position, not positive, is negative. Loss due to fire, theft and cheating, deception, fraud. Jupiter position 7th house is negative. Joint venture losses, loss of reputation. Jupiter position 7th house is negative. Financial crisis, legal conflict. Jupiter position in 7th house is negative. 2nd house is occupied. Jupiter 7th house position is negative. 1st house, 2nd house, 5th house, 7th house, 9th house, 12th house occupied. Saturn, Venus or Mercury, Rahu placed in these houses. Jupiter position in negative, 7th house. 9th house is occupied with Mercury. Jupiter 7th house position is negative. 1st house is empty. Jupiter 7th house position is negative. Task you must perform and do. Task number 1. Please do organize Namak Chamak Rudra Abhishek with yellow flowers. Monday or Thursday. It will root out Saturn's, Jupiter's inactivity completely. Do this particular task. This will root out Jupiter's 7th house position from negative to positive. Second task, refrain from keeping temple, rock, bhabhuti, dry flower, statues, tavis in your possession or in your residence. That will get rid of Jupiter's inactivity. Third task, refrain from giving your own clothes to anybody. Don't give your own clothes to anybody, please. Fourth one, do wear a Bodhaditya yantra and a silver chain around your neck. It will raise your Jupiter position. 7th house position it will raise. Fifth task, do donate whole meal atta, whole moong dal and rice to temple and the langar. It will help Jupiter from negative to positive. Yes. Sagittarius, the yearly chart 2026, the month, may I say we are coming to the June. So transit of Jupiter for Sagittarius in 2026 in the ace from the 7th house to the 8th house. For rising sign Sagittarius, the moon sign Sagittarius is starting from 2nd of June 2026. It will carry on till 31st October 2026. Whole June, July, August, September, October, Jupiter position in 8th house. During this particular transit, this mostly bringing a long disappointment for you. Health require a proper attention. During this time period, you are likely to develop several health issues that might risk to yourself. Moreover, you may feel exhausted, lackluster. Work required a proper attention. Lot of effort to see successful completion. Avoid unnecessary arguments. Concentrate more on your field of work. Hold on tightly to your position and honor. Or this time period also signify loss of same along with humiliation. You may even have to face the punishment from the government. Might involve in litigation, even going to get prison. Keep an eye on your finances and beware of thieves and unnecessary expenses. If you're planning to travel, it would be a good idea to avoid it during this phase of time. This travel is likely to be troublesome, may not give you the expected result. Stay away from argument with your family member and friends. This might create a new enemies for you. Moreover, your behavior is likely to become irritable, merciless, rash during this time period. Try to maintain your calm at this time. Jupiter position in 8th house, traditionally this transit indicate inheritance. That is a modern astrology concept for Jupiter's transit in 8th house, not the orthodox astrology. However, this transit occurs several times in the course of everyone's life, 6-7 times. Whether or not you get an inheritance, but even though that old delineation is not usually applicable, it is based on correct principle, because with Jupiter position in 8th house, you are likely to benefit from other people's resources. Consequently, this is a good time to enter into relationship in which you and the another person have a pool your resources, such as business partnership. This is also a good time to request a loan from the bank or apply for a grant, or unless there is another transit at the same time that negate this reading. In generally, other people are more than usually willing to help you out in some way. On another level, there will be many powerful but fortunate changes in your life at this time. It may not be that obvious that any sweeping change that happen now will be for the best, will make your life richer and more rewarding in the long run. It will also give you a much greater understanding of the psychological pattern that operate in your life. If you have recently been through a time of psychological stress or encountering one, this transit will help and healing the process within you. Sometimes this transit can indicate a time of religious, spiritual regeneration, what used to call a conversion experience. Certainly, you would derive a great benefit from studying occult, mystical literature at this time in your life, like a spiritual reading about spirituality, especially if you feel very troubled, very distraught. And whenever you face on going through these kind of situations, occupations or scenario, situation, complication, number one, Jupiter transit through 8th house. If you're going through bad debts, Jupiter is inactive. If you're going through major obstacles, delays and waste of time, Jupiter transit in 8th house is inactive. If you're going through a lot of opposition from the highest authority, Jupiter position in 8th house is inactive. If you're going through many health problems, Jupiter position in 8th house is inactive. Relationship conflict, Jupiter is inactive. 3rd house is occupied, Jupiter in 8th house is inactive. 4th house, 7th house is occupied by Mars or Saturn. Jupiter position in 8th house is inactive. So 12th house is empty, Jupiter position in 8th house is inactive. 2nd house, 5th house, 9th house, 12th house is occupied by Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Rahu. Then Jupiter position in 8th house is inactive. If there is a crisis linked with your father during this time period, Jupiter position in 8th house is inactive. If you're feeling suffocated all the time, Jupiter position in 8th house is inactive, you must do this task. Please, to rectify Jupiter position in 8th house. Task number 1, these are applied astrology tasks. Do donate 8 kilogram turmeric powder, haldi powder, to temple in the Langar. Day should be Thursday, once, 4 times or 8 times. It's to rectify the Jupiter position from the 8th house from negative to positive. Second task, do donate 8 religious priests dry food for 43 days. It will get rid of Jupiter's negativity permanently. Third task, do donate dry food in the Langar for 8 Thursday. It will convert Jupiter negative to Jupiter positive. Fourth one, do wear astrological activated fine golden yellow sapphire in gold. Right hand's index finger. This will give you Jupiter negative to positive, and plus it will give you power presentation. It will improve your performance regarding presentation. Precaution, what you shouldn't do. Do maintain good relationship with your father. Try not to spoil it. So the next phase of Jupiter transit in 2026 is in October. May I say that for Sagittarius to rising sign or moon sign for 2026, transit of Jupiter in 9th house. Starting from 31st October 2026, it will carry on till 25th of January 2027. So Jupiter's transit effect in your 9th house. During this time period, when Jupiter going from 8th house to the 9th house, from your moon sign, from your ascendant, from your rising sign, this donate wealth, gain for you. You may expect a profit in trade and business, a position of powerful authority at your workplace, success in all your undertaking, favor from your superior as well. This could prove to be very particularly very good time if you are an author, if you're a publisher, if you're a writer, if you're a consultant, if you're a teacher or professor, yeah, if you are into literature, if you're a publisher, yeah, this can be the finest time for you. Socially also, this is a good time. You are likely to be honored. Your status will be rising upward. Your interested religious activity would be at the all-time high. You're likely to attend many religious functions as possible. You would also seek the companionship of religious people, spiritual people, and be willing to spend some more virtuous deeds. Inflow of money should be good, and you may expect financial gain from all the possible quarters. You may also consider buying a fertile land or other immovable property during this time period. Single may consider getting married with a match of your choice. Those who are also married, planning conceiving a baby, may go for this time. Most of you are likely to indulge in great lifestyle, full body comfort. During this time period, health should be the fine. You may also consider going on a long distance travel, like a holiday. Jupiter in 9th house. What the modern astrology says about this, what the applied astrology says about this. This house is a very good position for Jupiter. Jupiter owns this house. At this time, the perspective of your life, learning will be expanded tremendously. You may have an opportunity for extensive travel, for desire, for reaching others in either a formal way or informal setting. Your learning is there. It's a great time. You will probably do much more reading usually about more abstract and profound subject. Philosophy, metaphysics, religion are typical studies associated with this transit. You will encounter these not only as books, but a real issue in your life. Your need is for real, useful applied knowledge about your world. This is a good time to become involved in human potential effort or some other conscious raising groups. There are many such groups around now. You should pick the one that seems most suitable to you. If you're a writer or have a desire to be a writer, this is an excellent time for it, because 9th house is a house of publishing, other communication, media that reach the world at large. As you're exposed to the world, broader world, your views on life will change. This transit is a very powerful maturing influence in the most positive sense. In other words, you become wiser now at any other time in your life. But you must be fundamentally open to this process. If you think you know all the answers already, this transit only make you smug or self-righteous, which would be terrible waste of this energy. Along with possibility of travel to a foreign country, there is also likelihood of that you will become increasingly involved with foreign person or land either in your business or in your personal life. But the main effect of this transit to make your consciousness grow as so much that you can no longer live with old prejudice and belief. You must know rather than just believe. And the more you can replace old belief with knowledge, the better you will be. But whenever you will face any going through a lot of problems or complications like this, all kind of scenario situations. Number one, Jupiter transit is 9th house, and if you're separation from the loved one, Jupiter is not positive, Jupiter is negative. Second one, conflict in your joint venture, Jupiter is 9th house, is not positive, is negative. Relationship scandal, Jupiter 9th house position, transit is not positive, is negative. Fourth one, financial complication, Jupiter 9th house transit is not positive, is negative. Fourth house is occupied by any planet, Jupiter 9th house will not be positive, is negative. First house become empty, Jupiter's 9th house transit is not positive, is negative. Fifth house is occupied by Mercury, Venus or Saturn or Rahu, Jupiter's 9th house occupation, 9th house transit is not positive, is negative. The task you must do through applied astrology. Task number one, do wear a ruby and real sea coral in gold square pendant around your neck. Repeating again, please do wear ruby and real sea coral in a gold square pendant around your neck. It will make your Jupiter 9th house very powerful, very positive. Second one, do donate 10 kilogram basmati rice to temple in the langar, minimum 10 Thursday or 10 Mondays. It will make your Jupiter position from 9th house very, very positive. Third one, refrain from non-vegetarian food, alcohol intoxication permanently. Fourth one, do lots of Ganpati Upasana like a Aum Gam Ganapataya Name, Aum Gam Ganapataya Name, Aum Gam Ganapataya Name. It will make your Jupiter negative positive. Fifth one, do pierce your left nostril or this central nostril, and do with a metal stud or metal ring for 129 days. And after that time, take out the stud or ring, flow in the fast flowing river. This will open the doors of luck for you and make your Jupiter 9th house transit very positive. Next one, please be very respectful toward your elders and help them completely. Wish you all the very best with this particular transit. Mostly the Jupiter transit in 9th house is very, very rewarding, very, very spiritual. My dear friends, life can feel noisy and confusing, especially when you are carrying big questions about work, money, family, health, or relationships. If you would like more clarity through 2026, inside my Prakash Astrologer app, you can watch all 14 one-time life events forecast for your signs and also use your weekly and monthly premium horoscopes to plan with more confidence and less stress. All of this is free for you until the end of 2026. Whether you're already in my app or watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can visit astrology.prakashastrologer.com to register or log in and start using this support whenever you need it.